How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Boruto. Episode 196 is finally here, and it is called A Binding Force. Excuse me, I'm kind of drunk, so if I'm all over the place with this review, excuse me. But damn, this episode, man, this episode hits hard off the bat. I think I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. This was pretty dope. Like, this episode had some good stuff in it and stuff that I really like resonated with it, like that was in the manga that people told me to look out for, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to hear that animated. Okay, so the episode begins with Sarada and Mitsuki visiting Boruto, and they're like, yo, it's the day off, we're just trying to kick it and see what you're up to. And they're there to watch, say hi to Boruto and keep an eye on Kawaki, and then of course Mitsuki with his fucking, his he doesn't pick up social cues, so he's like, yeah, we came here to watch Kawaki too, and Kawaki's like, hey man, you're honest, I gotta give you that one. So that was cool. But of course, they're just checking up on him. Naruto comes in and is like, hey, you know what, do you still want to train? You still want to have that hand-to-hand fight? And Boruto's like, yo, say less, like I'm trying to spar with my old man. And of course Naruto brings Kawaki, and Kawaki acts like the kid, like the older brother who's like, I really could care less if I go or not. And he's like, no, but you're going. And of course Kawaki goes, and he's really interested in the fight because Naruto promises, look, if during this fight, like, we want to study more about the karma mark. So Naruto and Boruto have a little scrap, and then of course Kawaki's like, bro, use your karma seal and show him what's good, show him the hands. And he's like, bro, I can't fucking just turn it on and off like you do. He's like, you know what, I got you. So of course Kawaki activates his, and that resonates with Boruto's activating his, and Boruto fucking explodes in the karma mark. It is insane. The fight between him and Naruto is pretty good. He's faster, he's stronger. There's a part where he throws like a lightning style like shot, and Naruto's like, oh, let me make a shadow clone to take this hit. He definitely did surprise Naruto. Like, Naruto, I think, got pushed a bit. Like, he was like, oh shit, like I kind of have to like be on it. Like, the karma seal does a lot of like, it does a lot. And the one good thing about it that Naruto praises Boruto for is he didn't rely on that for all the power. Like, he didn't just decide, let me just use all this power of the karma mark and kind of get like a big head. He was still strategizing. He was still thinking like, how am I going to beat like this impossible opponent? And it really does, it makes sense. Like, thinking like a shinobi with a power like the karma seal is deadly. And of course Kawaki, like, watching, is amazed, and he's kind of just like awe-inspired, seeing how like these father and son kind of spark, makes him kind of think of what he would want in that sense. If he would want to be just like them. Of course, when he sees the salutation, Himura is really quick to explain to him what it actually means, and they kind of just go back home. And then Sarada and Mitsuki have a little conversation, and they're still worried about Kawaki and the karma seal. They're really worried about it, but Sarada makes this big she has this big realization, like, Boruto's really strong, and if he controls the karma seal, he's gonna be godly. Mitsuki has sage mode. She doesn't know it, but like, she knows how powerful Mitsuki is as well. So at the very least, she has to like step up her game, and she's like really prepared to like make that next step and like learn a jutsu that only she can do. So that's really nice to see that Sarada gets that kind of she gets that boost, that umph of like, I need to take shit to the next level. Of course, when they get back to the house, Kawaki, he kind of just has a flashback of like the parenting styles of course, Jigen and Naruto, and how like the very same things that he would ask of Jigen, who literally beat the fuck out of him with a lead pipe, and he can ask that of Naruto, and Naruto has a different reaction to it. It's very sincere, to the point where, as Naruto's doing paperwork and struggling at that, Kawaki goes in and kind of wants to just talk to him and ask him, like, the first thing he says is, because Naruto says, do you want to ask me a question? He goes, will you hit me? and it catches Naruto off by surprise. Like, do you hit me, or do you hit, like, he says, do you hit, dude? I was just like, oh, this poor fucking baby, dude. I feel for Kawaki in so many ways in this episode. When he says that, do you hit, I was like, oh, Kawaki, I want to give him a hug. Of course, Naruto looks at him and goes, what do you mean? And then Kawaki tells him like that, dude, like, I want to, like, are you guys, like, are you and Boruto always that kind of way, like in a loving manner? And I think that's what he wants. He goes, yeah, next time if you want, you can train with us, you can do it. And even Kawaki tries to play cool, like, I'm not a ninja, I don't do that. And he goes, no, that doesn't matter about that. Like, you have what it takes. Like, chakra binds us all together, energy binds us all together. We're all connected. Like, whether we use it for ninjutsu or anything else, that's just one aspect of it. We're still connected with chakra no matter what, because it's in every living thing. It's fucking energy. It was nice to see them have like this kind of like conversation, and then even Kawaki kind of like resonating with Naruto. And when you thought Kawaki couldn't say anything more sad, he says, I want to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu so I could beat myself if ever there was a moment where I'm just angry at myself. And Naruto tells him like, it doesn't work because I've done it. And Kawaki catches Kawaki off surprised. And it's really interesting, like Naruto, he lets him know, like, dude, I've been where you are, I've been where you were. I've been in that feeling of like, you just kind of want to, you want to take that pain out on someone, but there's no one else. And that's why he tells him, like, but that's the beauty of a rival. When you have a rival, when you have somebody who pushes you forward, that's the gratification. That's the healthy way of, like, you know, not taking it out on yourself per se, but like just pushing yourself beyond your limits. That's the healthiest way to do it, is through a rivalry. And it really does touch Kawaki. I feel like, I think it does push him, because eventually he goes outside. The next day he goes outside, he grabs the glue, he grabs the broken pieces, and he decides to put it together. And he has this big comparison between Naruto, who's kind of telling him like, you can always fix yourself and be a better person. You're what you've been through doesn't justify, like, it doesn't like set you in stone that you have to be an asshole because you got beat your entire life. While he thinks back to Jigen, who just let him know that he was just empty. He was always going to be empty, because that's what he was. He's just an empty vessel. So it's really interesting to see the two contrasting parents in his life, or father figures in his life. Altogether, this episode was fucking good. The fight between Boruto, especially with the karma mark against Naruto, was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Like, it had me pretty hype. Seeing Kawaki really open up to Naruto and actually like make an advance to make that like connection, that friendship, or even that like bond, was insane. And I know how terrifying it probably really was for him to like just tell like Naruto, like, hey, like, I want to be like one of your kids. This episode was so good, man. Like I said, 9 out of 10. A lot of the Kawaki stuff is just always great, and like getting more depth into his character and seeing how everybody reacts with him, and even the fight scene alone has really like made this episode so good and so fun. And altogether, man, I'm really excited for like next week's episode to see what's gonna happen, because the ending of this episode has Kashi Koji like saying, I found you, Delta, and Kashi Koji got toads. Interesting, kind of like a toad sage, if you will. I don't know. But anyways, guys, this is gonna be it for the episode. This is your boy Poppy Wolf saying peace out, y'all. I'll catch you on the next video. See you next week, and bye. Lates.